Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome. If you are joining us for the first time, I am Melissa McLeod here at the Wool The Floss in Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan, and we are a creative escape for all stitchers. And we're thrilled to have you here. It is 9:30 on Thursday, so this is always our unboxing party. Most of the time I'm here. Sometimes my dear friend Kelly fills in for me. Kelly is actually off to have fun and games with her husband at her daughter's theater. I don't even want to call it camp because that makes it sound kind of low end, but it's pretty highbrow. So I think you have to get accepted. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
So and anyways, she's off in the Catskill Mountains picking up Amelia, but seeing, I think she'll see 3 or 4 shows while she's there, that these kids all get together and with very professional guidance and put together shows in 3 weeks. It's kind of amazing. So that is where Kelly is, but other than that, I think we've got our kind of usual suspects here today. Liz is moderating. Annie's back at the helm writing up orders. Emily's back this week. Julie's back this week. She's kind of operating at half-mast, shall we say, with her broken collarbone. Sabrina's here. Karen's here. Colleen is filling in for Kelly. So we have a full staff ready to rock and roll today. And yeah, we've got a couple things coming up. I know, and I have a lot of finishing today. I've got a bunch of new canvases. I've got some accessories, all sorts of things that we will get to. We do have a beginner class coming up that is sold out. If you happen to have been in any of our beginner classes and would like to attend beginner 2, which basically is just some more hand holding from what you've learned in beginner 1. Our beginner class teaches you, I think, 5 different stitches, and you create a coaster when you're done. So the beginner 2 is just a little more support for the numbers that have attended beginner 1 that want to come back and just like double check their work kind of thing. So that is Monday, August 3rd at 2 p.m. and there are some spots left in that if that interests anyone. The other thing we've had a lot of questions about is Mary's Whimsical Stitches Volume 5 was pre-ordered. We put out a pre-order, I think, in March. We have, I think, over 100 on pre-order. They are due in next week. What that means, does that mean Monday? Does that mean Friday? I don't know. Then we have to process them. So believe me, I know you are all super anxious. I will be just as anxious to get them on the road to you once these giant boxes arrive here. So rest assured, the moment they arrive, the processing of the books will be top priority, but we need to go through all the orders, make sure we're filling them accurately, make sure that whatever else you may have ordered at the time is included with it, all the things. So we promise, we will get them on the road to you as soon as possible. I know we also ordered a number of extra, so those will probably be online as soon as we have processed all the orders at this end. So that's what's going on with Mary's Whimsical Stitch Volume 5. I believe it focuses on background stitches. I haven't seen it myself. Yes, I ordered 200 copies, sight unseen. Mary's worth is invaluable in terms of her needlepoint knowledge, and I know we're all excited. So that's that. We also next week have a pop-up with Sydney from Lucky Lotus. Sydney is a newer designer. She has Michigan roots. She was living in North Carolina for a while, and now she's moving back to Michigan, and she will be here this coming Wednesday, July 29th. So if you are local, she will be here between 10 and 2 with all of her canvases. And then, of course, we will do a live at 3 o'clock. So it is normally our Wow Wednesday next Wednesday, but instead of doing it at 11:30, we will be here at 3 with Sydney. So those are kind of the announcements of what's going on around here. So let's get to the finishing, because I know that's why most of you come our way. So this darling piece is here for Miriam. Miriam is a Chicago client of ours, and she's an outstanding stitcher who apparently is always right, which I love. I love the little Greek key trim on this. This is from KCN, so I can totally order this for you. And Miriam has stitched, I think she's used Stardust. That looks like Stardust to me because the Stardust has that really pretty watermelon-y color and I love it. So she's done it as like a little box stand-up with these little mini feet on the bottom. Are they not the cutest? So absolutely love it. So I can order this piece for you. Anne and Emily were pulling finishing pieces for us and they thought these, let me find my little whiteboard, sorry. The Save the Drama for Your Mama would be really cute, finished in a very similar style. I love this statement, although since I am the mama who sometimes gets the drama, I just kind of wish it said save the drama for yourself, but that doesn't have quite as cute of a rhyme to it. So anyways, this piece is really fun. I helped Sandy with this. Sandy is local to us. This piece is from Mopsy. And it comes in, normally, I think in rainbow colors, like all the colors are rainbow. And Sandy wanted to do it all in black and white, but if you'll notice, and I'll see if I can tell you which is which, maybe she changed her mind. She must have changed her mind. When I was working on her with this, her thought was to do a different black type of thread for every one. But I think in the end, she did them all in velvet. So I guess my background on this piece doesn't really matter. She changed it up. But speaking of background, she has done crisscross Hungarian in her background, and it is fantastic. Of course, on Instagram, you are seeing it backwards. If you ever get annoyed by seeing it backwards, you can wait and watch unboxing on YouTube, and everything gets magically turned around for you, and you're able to pause and go back and just step in and out. But be proud, be human, be loving, be united, be kind, be daring. So fantastic, and that is here for Sandy. Next up, this is for Jordan. We've got a couple things in here, cute, cute, cute. This is the Star Wars. Which guy is he? Help me, guys. Right, this is from Star Wars?
Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
No, that's, isn't it R2-D2?
No, that's a Stormtrooper uniform.
Okay.
Okay, but I got Star Wars right, so there's the Stormtrooper. This is done by Studio Midwest, and they do a lot of these cute little things on hangers. So that's here for her. Got a couple other items. Oh, so jealous of this. This is for Colleen. I don't know if Colleen's nearby, and I don't even know if she knows she has finishing. She does. It's fantastic. Oh, I'm so jealous. It is so good. I have stitched, as you all know, the Peppermint House from Needlepoint Studio, and I keep wondering what I'll stitch to go with it, and I've been tempted by the post office. It is so fantastic. I just need to, find more time to stitch. I need to replicate myself, and there we go. So here's Colleen's Needlepoint, and she is one of our primary teachers in the building, and she does an outstanding job. She teaches Laugh and Learn 2 times a month, and I don't know if we have an August date out. Do you know, Liz, if we have an August date out for Laugh and Learn?
For what?
Laugh and Learn? I don't know. You could. Sadly, I'm going to say check out our website if you're interested in coming to Colleen's class. It will be Laugh and Learn, and there will be a date in August with a morning session, an afternoon session. I can't tell you right now whether they're sold out or not because I didn't know she had finishing here. Otherwise, I would have looked at that before we went live. So, apologies. This piece is for Sharon. She purchased this fantastic rattan bag from us, and this, of course, is the Morgan Julia oyster plate. And look at the pearls and the ice. I shouldn't say pearls. They're like ice bubbles that she's added to it, and they're so good. And my finisher, of course, did a fantastic job attaching it to this bag. And the whole thing is in radiance. Did she do it on bars?
She did. It did not skew at all.
Okay. So Sharon sometimes is an in-hand stitcher, and I'm an in-hand stitcher at times. I have no problem with that. If you stitch all in metallic, whatever the metallic is, it has to be on bars. I'm never, you have to stitch on bars person. When it comes to stitching in all metallics, or majority metallics, please, please, please do you and the finisher a favor and put them on bars. Metallics will not necessarily skew your canvas, but if your canvas gets skewed and it's a metallic, it will not block out. Only natural fibers block back to be squares. If a metallic gets, it stays, and then you'll have an egg instead of a round oyster plate. So there is that. I've got one more bag to show you. This stitcher provided her own bag, so I can't tell you where this bag came from. You are always welcome to source your own accessories for us to utilize. Most of the time we can use what you send us. Every now and then there's a problem. This is for Eliza. She is local to us, and she's done this sandpiper. And I think this sandpiper is from Needle Crossings.
I think it's NK.
Is it NK's? Oh yeah, you told me that earlier. I'm sorry. Needle Crossing does a lot of these cute little sandpipers, but this is an NK piece. It's a 4x4 square, and look how darling that is. So darn cute. So that is here for Eliza. Okay. Next up, I see a brick over there. I should probably just let Emily put this back in the bag. It's going to be fighting with it, but I did it. Oh, yes, this is a real brick. You know, sometimes we have a brick that people have us put like a fakey brick inside so they can use it like on a coffee table. But this is here from Lisa. Lisa is local to us. And I don't know who the designer of this is. Oh my gosh, but it is heavy and gorgeous. If you are a remote customer of ours and you have bought your brick from us, we are still happy to finish it. Don't worry, it will not cost you $1 million to have it stitched to you. I think there's flat rate shipping for $20. So we are happy to finish bricks if you purchase them here. So we are still, for the foreseeable future, which honestly might be forever, currently only finishing things that were purchased at our shop. So they have our tape on them. And also we try to ask you to limit it to 6 items per month, unless it's like you're turning in a nativity set or a 12-day set, something where they all need to be finished at the same time for cohesiveness. A set is an exception. So we're still in that environment, and until the needlepoint world calms down a little bit, we only have so much supply, we only have so much supply, and we have a lot of demand. So that's the story there. I'm going to slide this table over, chair over, so I have to stop walking that direction. These little darlings are here for Sally. Sally is local to us, and I should know who these are by. And I don't have any cheat sheets. Maybe Patty Mann. Can't really remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, maybe Renaissance Designs. Nope. Bradley. The old Bradley. This is from one of the old Bradley companies. I think these are retired, but they are darling, so I'm going to show them off. Here is this little boy dressed up as he's like half scarecrow, but he doesn't have his hood on, which is classic because half the kids don't want to wear their hat / hood when they get there. The cute little ghost. And then here's another little ghost. So this one, like I said, is by a COD, a company of designs, which then became part of Bradley, I believe. And I think these two might be Patty Mann. I don't know, we can figure that out for you, but these two may not be retired. I'm sure this guy is retired. So really sweet. Sally probably has a little stash she's working from, like some of us do. And what we do have in the building is a PLD Designs Frankenstein. Look how cute that is. So if that got you in the mood for some Halloween stitching, he is darling. And I'd love to see some beading on these little icons around the edges, and maybe some really creepy sparkly thread for his face. That would be really fun. Okay, oops, that goes over there somewhere. Oh, I thought we had some of these sleds in the building, but we can order all of these for you. These are one of my favorite things I've ever stitched for my kids. And I'm going to show them to you as a group. These are for Holly Ann. Nancy is not local to us, but she's been to visit us a couple of times. So the bottom three sled toppers, these canvases come with these little wooden sleds, and these are from Bradley & Company, and these three are from our custom painter. And they could not be any more darling. My kids, all the ornaments I've stitched for them, when they pulled these out of their Christmas stockings, they were thrilled. And I just used a metallic pen to personalize the back of mine with my kids' initials and the date, the year that I gifted them to them. So those are all here for Holly Ann. Next up here for Beth is this darling Stitch an Angel. There is Buddy the Elf, and look at the fantastic ribbon wings that my finishers found for him. And I do have this canvas in the building. What's interesting is once he gets stuffed, he does get a little skinnier. It's like he went on a 2D to 3D diet. So he is here and ready for Beth. Oh, now I'm jealous. Okay, next up. I have been coveting this for the longest time. This is here for Nancy. This is from Pop. I think this is from Pop Needlework. And it's as gorgeous as I thought it would be. Oh my gosh. I would love to order this for you so I could order an extra one for me. It is so beautiful. Are these my colors or what? Oh, Nancy, this is absolutely gorgeous. So it has been made, it could be a belt. Nancy chose to make it into a purse strap. She's got some lovely navy blue leather on it, and my finisher put gold hardware. So when you send in something for a strap, please let us know what color leather you want, and give us 3 options, because Nancy said navy, and thankfully they had a navy leather that was very close to her navy stripe. But let's pretend she'd wanted this kind of unusual purpley pink right here. They might not have that exact color. So give us a couple of options, with the last option being very safe. Navy, black, brown, something safe. And then tell us gold or silver hardware. So that's here for Nancy. And Nancy, if it doesn't make it to you in Iowa, you might have to come find it at my house in Grosse Pointe, because I love that piece. If you are interested in doing a similar vibe, we do have a few straps. It would be so beautiful finished like that. Of course, the classic Elizabeth Crane Swartz Lulu belt is here. This is a 13 mesh one, just like that Pop Needle Arts was 13 mesh. We've had a lot of people do a navy background on this rather than the white background. You can see there's a very faint gray guideline for your strap, and the navy background makes it really fabulous. And then a couple from Christine Kingston. These are 13 mesh, so they'll be a little thinner strap, which is better for certain people. If you're smaller, more petite, carry smaller, more petite purses, these 18 mesh are a little thinner, so they work out a little bit better. So that is from Christine Kingston with the striped polka dots. And then, I don't know what the name of this guy is. I don't have names on our old stuff because we figured that out just recently. We're gonna call this the Diamonds in Diamonds purse strap from Christine, and this is also on 18 mesh. Okie dokie. Next up for Deb. Deb is local to us. She actually is the one who had the welcome sign last week that we all loved. Unfortunately, I've been unable to determine who that designer is. I think it's an oldie but a goodie. This is the Sarasota round. This, I can tell you, is from Doolittle Stitchery. My friend Beth Nagel does a lot of these. We have a similar one for Grosse Pointe, and I think that might be in the building, but it didn't get pulled. So we do have one that says Grosse Pointe on it, and if we don't, I need to order it. It says Lake St. Clair, actually. Is there Lake St. Clair one?
Harbor Springs. I don't know where they are.
Okay, will you make me a note, Ann, to order the Grosse Pointe, the Lake St. Clair one, if we don't have it? Because we should have that in the building. We do have this Portugal heart. How pretty is that? Portugal is on my bucket list of places I want to go. I've been fortunate enough to have gone a lot of places in Europe, but I never made it to Portugal, and this makes me want to go even more. So there's that. This piece is here for Lisa, who is I don't know if she's local to us. She has stitched up Route 66. And do I have a designer on this guy? I've seen this because we've sold it.
I know Planet Earth does one. I don't know if that's their version
I
or
know.
if it's different.
There's a couple that have done them too. And then M22, this is a highway in northern Michigan that goes right along the lake between Harbor Springs and Petoskey. I believe I have that right. And this is
Up the west Leland from like Zipping Bear Dunes around and then down to Traverse City.
okay, so
Or I don't know.
west of where I said, still along the lake, and one of the
Still
most gorgeous drives. I've been on it.
Probably one of the prettiest drives.
Yes, an absolutely gorgeous drive. So more the western lake shore of Michigan rather than the northern lake shore.
Kelsey's watching us.
Oh,
Kelsey, come back.
Kelsey probably wishes she were at the beach where Kelsey is. It's an hour earlier, and she is training for her. We jokingly call it her big girl job. She'd had a big girl job before she was here, but you know we all have to grow up. So we miss you, Kelsey. It's just not the same without you here. This is here for Bryn. Bryn, of course, is here 2 days a week, sometimes 3. And this is one of the Kate Dickerson heron style bunnies, and it is gorgeous. And she has stitched it all in basket weave. And honestly, I have seen these stitched many ways, but generally going for all basket weave, and this is the way to go. I don't think we have any of the bunnies in right now. We have a first pair of shoes in this style.
Is it on the wall?
And I think that's all we have in the heron style print right now. So next up.
You could always color swap it too to either
Oh yeah.
boy, girl. and-
So that is baby's
Gender
first
neutral.
Christmas. So as Emily's pointing out, you could easily change this to like a mint green if you want it to be gender neutral. You could change it to pink if you wanted to be super traditional. And it's done so it can be an ornament or a stand up with a front and a back. So you could do baby's first Christmas and put a year on there. You might even be able to fit some initials depending on what style initial you use and how long or how wide your particular baby's initials are. Okay, next up we have, these are cute. This is here for home. Laura. She has stitched up the Let It Snow piece, which of course I stitched a couple years ago using a stitch guide. Very ironic that I of all people stitched it because I hate snow. I hate winter, but I love stitching this piece. It is an Alice in Blue design. I think we have some of these on order so we can reserve one for you when it arrives. So speaking of which, if you are also joining us for one of the first times, we will take your orders live. Please keep in mind that any orders placed here any comments placed here are assumed an official order, meaning if we don't have it, if we have it, it will go off to you in the next couple days. If we don't have your credit card on file, give us a call this afternoon because having your credit card on file ensures that things go to you timely and quickly. If we send you an invoice and you don't see it, after a few days, your invoice expires and then it's available on the website and you might be disappointed. If we have more than one person want something or we like let it snow, we don't have it here and we reserve it for you, it might be here in 2 weeks. It might be here in 6 months. Either way, it is considered an official order and it will be heading off to you. So, sorry, the lights in this spot always make me really hot, so I'm taking off my jacket. If I can get it off, oh my gosh. My bracelets are in the way. Emily's helping me. Sorry, folks.
This is like surgery.
I know. They're inside out because I folded the cuffs up.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in my jacket. I'm never taking it off. Here we go. I think I got it. Okay. Sorry,
I was gonna say,
folks.
it might be easier for you to maneuver
Thank
than
you.
me.
Thank you. Okay. The other piece that I have for Laura is this Mary. So cute. And I don't know if I have a designer on Mary. Is it Love MHB? Thank you. You know who I was either A or B. I get Initial K and Love It MHB designs confused all the time because they are very good friends, and so it always confuses me. So this is here and Absolutely Darling. We can order this for you. Again, if you make a comment that you would like Mary, please be very specific. Liz sees comments about 15 to 30 seconds or more after you make them. So we will consider it an order and we'll get it placed for you. We do have Jingle in the building. 13 mesh. This would be a great beginner project, but you could easily add a really fun border all the way around and make it look very similar to the Mary we just saw. And then we have Nash and Daughters, very merry in the building. I would love to kit this up for someone. We have our fantastic teddy thread and some little poms we could put on there, maybe some red velvet. Oh, this could be so cute. Love it. Okay, I do have some more finishing, but we're gonna move on to a few other things and then circle back. I have some accessories in the building. Bovair restocks. Let's start with a restock. We have the Bovair iced tea back in the building. These are a little piece of art for your art is Kelly's tagline. They are not inexpensive. Many craftsmen have gone into creating this for us. So this is the iced tea. The Funky Fish has been restocked. We have a special order for this for someone, and Funky Fish has now been restocked. The golf ball. This is like for those of you that are like kind of neutral, but isn't it fantastic? It looks exactly like a round golf ball that somehow got fairly flat. I don't know how they pulled this off. So golf ball needle minder is in the building. For the tennis players, we had a lot of pre-orders for the tennis piece. This is, of course, the tennis court with the racket and the ball. So fantastic. So if you did pre-order this, what happens on Thursdays, and I've talked about this before, is on Thursdays, or excuse me, all week long we receive merchandise. And on Thursdays, we ring up your unboxing orders as well as any special orders that have arrived. So if you pre-ordered this, you will get a receipt for it today, not to worry. If you don't get a receipt for it today or an invoice for it today, then either you thought you hit send, which sometimes happens, or we somehow missed your order, which doesn't happen very often, but we do miss a trick now and then, I'm not gonna lie. So there we go. Let us know. Send us a DM tomorrow if you haven't gotten a receipt for something you think that you should have. Here is Kelly and Eli's new watermelon. So darn cute. I absolutely love it. And then we talked last week about the pool floats. And this is the pool floaty on with the yellow and white pool float. And then it also comes in, Kelly calls this hot pink. It almost looks red. It's a really deep, like raspberry pink. So hot pink to red, depending on what you see, but they are so cute. And we talked about these last week, and I know a number of you ordered them, but here they are in real life. So those are here and ready to roll. Next up in accessories, I have restocked the magnetic bowl. I have these in 3 colorways. They run, let me give you a price on these just because I think it's handy. I thought it would be handy. Where'd the price tags go? I would think it should. Oh, yes, I'm being a dummy. I think it says 24. Does that say 24? Okay, my eyes. 3 patterns. The yellow floral. The nice thing about these is it's a weighted bowl and then it's magnetic. So you can put your needles right in here. You can put your threads in there. They're not going to stick magnetically, but your needles aren't going to go flying. So we have a yellow floral magnetic bowl, the pink floral magnetic bowl, and the blue and white plaid magnetic bowl. So
this is my favorite new tool. I don't know why. I love it.
Have you been using yours? I haven't
love
gotten
my bowl so much.
And how are you using it? Like next to you because it's weighted so it doesn't slide around?
I like to stitch on the couch, whether I'm using my stand or not. I'm like kind of in the corner of my couch, so it either is on the soft couch and it sits there
on the arm because it's heavy enough, and it's like
even on the cushion, you know, like if no one's sitting next to me, and it holds everything. So I have the orts in there. I have what would be loose needles. Let's be honest, extra needle minders.
And probably your scissors.
And my scissors, but it all sticks, which I love.
And so even when you get up, if it tilts, your scissors and your needles don't go
Yeah,
flopping
Maybe
out.
Emily needs that, so
I'm
I don't
telling you,
kill
it's
my
my
husband again.
favorite, it is my favorite new, I guess we could say, tool or accessory. And it's so, in a way, you'd be like, this is so basic, but like, I love it.
Well, and
I use it all the
because
time.
of the weight of it too, it's not gonna flop off the arm of your couch. And then it
sits on your
also,
stand too, like it kind of sits really
this
well.
has like
Rubber.
a rubber base, so it's not gonna slide around so much either. So anyways, yeah, we love ours. The other magnetic thing that has been restocked are our magnetic boards. This is the pale blue. I have one in right now and I have 4 more on the way. But if you happen to collect needle minders, they're just gonna pop right on there. My friend Terry was really funny. She's like, I'm so embarrassed, I've run out of room on my board. I go, well, are you using the back too? Are you using the base as well? Like, you can fit a lot on this one little board. So we have it in the building right now in pale blue as well as white. And it has a nice little scalloped edge. I think these are like 32. Oh, here, you know what? The box is right down here. I will tell you. 24.
Yeah.
24. So, and then I believe I have navy blue on its way to me as well, but that's not going to be, when I say on its way, I mean like in the next few weeks. So white and light blue are in the building, navy blue to come. So those are those accessories. Little minor accessory. Do me a favor, don't ask for these live unless you're going to order something else. Wait and do this online. But I found a vendor that has 4-inch mini stretcher bars. We've never had anything smaller than 5. You don't need these very often. But if you are doing something like a really narrow cuff or fob, these might come in handy. So 4-inch bars are now available. As a matter of fact, I'll maybe see if Emily doesn't mind putting these online right now.
And we can combine.
And we'll combine orders. So if you want 4-inch bars, hop online. If you're ordering something else, for sure, you can ask Liz for them.
I don't know if we have
But
a
I don't think anyone wants $5 bars for $7.95 shipping. So make sure you're ordering something else, because that would be silly otherwise. But it's nice to have that size at the ready for you.
Here, I'll take a picture of this and
Okay, that'll work. No time like the present. Okay, officially Needlepoint. We did a special event with them last December, and at that point in time, this darling Snoopy Stitches was only available via special events. I think that they're maybe no longer doing those special events, so these are available for general purchase now. So if you didn't participate in that event and didn't get your gift with purchase, it had to be a certain level. You got this darling needle minder of Snoopy stitching. And I love how his little tongue's out, like he's concentrating so hard. So these are now available for purchase, $22. And that's what I got to say about that. And then Audra was also here in June, and she is representing Paul Frank, and this is the Paul Frank palm trees. Oh my gosh, that was hard for me to say. So this enamel needle minder is also here. Both of these have big, strong neodymium magnets on the back, and flat, and lots of space to store your needles and your scissors and all the things. In other accessories, if you are interested in a threader, we had a lot of requests for these in the last few weeks. This is the hydrangea needle threader. It is basically a keychain with a needle threader added to it. How about that? So it's acrylic, it's very lightweight, but it's strong. Like, I'm not worried about these parts breaking off at all. So I know a number of you ordered this and the hydrangea bowl. So these are coming your way, but I ordered extra hydrangeas. I also have, for the coffee drinkers in the crowd, we know, not me, but the coffee acrylic needle threader. So it has the Loran hook attached, but the coffee with the bow, so sweet. And for, I would say, the East Coast people, but I don't know, maybe you don't have to be East Coast. Maybe you just, sorry, I'm trying to open these little packages. maybe you just have to love lobster, but look at that cute little lobster. Love him. And then I've got 2 more of these. These are $20, so they're, you know, a little decorative. Do you need a $20 threader? No. Do you want something cute to go along with your needlepoint to maybe hang on your stitching bag, etc.? Why not? And for the olive lovers or the dirty martini lovers, there are 3 olives on a stick with your needle threader. And last but not least, probably my favorite in the bunch, although it's funny, I don't really drink a lot of champagne because champagne and I don't necessarily agree, but I love the idea of champagne. I love the celebratoriness of champagne, and how cute is that little champagne bottle? So if you have a friend celebrating a birthday or maybe a special event, maybe they just got engaged, this would be a fun little gift for them as well. So those are the threaders back in the building. Speaking of special events, last Wednesday we had our Needlepoint Mahjong crossover event, and I, as you know, have been bitten by the Mahjong bug, and we have our gorgeous Mahjong tiles available for sale on the website. They are shipped directly from my friends Stephanie and Claire's St. Clair Mahjong group, but Stephanie is the author of The Joy of Needlepoint. So Stephanie is also a Needlepoint by Mahjong crossover gal. But this book was supposed to be back in the building last Wednesday when I was highlighting Stephanie's things from St. Clair Mahjong, and she is the author of this book. She teaches a lot of great classes, but this book is fantastic. If you don't own it, you should. It is a more expensive book because there's a lot of color involved as well as a lot of technology. So she has stitches in the first section, video tutorials in the section, a whole section for beginners, a whole section on birthday plaid, and then of course a suggested use index. So each of the stitches is shown, like for instance, here's brick beading. You get a graph, you get a little write-up about it, and then you get 3 color pictures of it used in real life. Another stitch, 4-way mosaic variation. This is actually one of Liz's and my favorite stitches. This was part of the Whimsy Santa that we did. And you're seeing it stitched 3 different ways, so you can really envision what it will look like. She's given you a lot of information. And then the video section, well, let me also show you the birthday plaid. So she's going to teach you how to do all of these. Like, doing a plaid is actually quite easy when you boil it down. So she's giving you all the steps for it. It is not hard. It is a 10 stitch base stitch. You just need to understand the math behind it. And then the video tutorials, I'm going to cover up her QR code because this takes you to, if you use the QR code, it will take you to a video of Stephanie showing you how to do, in this case, the ridged spider stitch. And there's some stitch examples, there's a slight graph, but the video tutorial section tends to be things that are harder to show in 2 dimensions. So restacked, you can tell that I love it, and that's it. Okay, I think, nope, I haven't covered all the accessories. A couple more accessories. We showed off this bag and these trays a couple weeks ago and then sold them all and had to restock them. So this bag was a surprise favorite of mine. When I order with some of these companies, I have minimum orders that I have to get to. So I had ordered a bunch of these trays, which we adore. So the trays come as a 2-pack, and I should have opened one of these up, but you know, no time like the present. I will open one up right now. You get 2 sizes in them for $56. And they are snap trays, but they're vinyl covered, and they don't want to come out of the packaging very well for me. We will get this repackaged for whoever chooses to buy this darling tray. They're vinyl covered, so you can wipe them off. So if you take them to stitch night and you don't want anything, like if you're at a restaurant or a bar and you don't want your stuff to get like sticky, icky on the table, you can put this tray down. Everything will be safe and secure inside. And then this is all very wipeable and cleanable. So you get this larger one, as well as the smaller one together in a 2-pack, and they nest inside of each other. I also use one of these on my bathroom counter. It stores my jewelry, like the jewelry that I wear on the regular will just get plopped in there because I wear it every other day or so. So I have these in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different prints. So I have the blue and green floral. I have the green and blue medallion. I think the small one would also be really great, like on a nightstand table in a guest room. This pink and white, look at these are hearts on here. Is that not so cute? I love it. It's just very subtle. That would be a really great maybe engagement gift for somebody. And I think on most of these, they have a contrasting trim. This one happens to not have a contrasting trim, so it's a couple dollars less expensive. But this is the green and white stripe on the inside, but the outside is this botanical print. So this is the botanical print one. And then there is sage green batik. And I just think they're really fun. So I ordered the trays. When I was ordering the trays, I needed to get a little bit more to get to my minimum order. And so I added in this bag, and I wish they had this bag in more fabrics. They don't. But this is the splash print, the pink and white splash print. This bag is really, I'm gonna hold it up like this. Like it stays standing upright. So what I love about this is all your other project bags could go inside. You've got room in your side pocket for your handy dandy Diet Coke or water bottle. I believe there's a side pocket on this side as well. Inside you have one large pocket. Yes, one large pocket. And then it also has, oops, there we go. A really nice zipper. So it will zip closed. So maybe if you're going somewhere and it starts to rain. The other thing that's nice about this is it is a really thick waxed canvas, and it has a coating on it that will be very easy to clean. And then the base on the inside that makes it stand is removable. So if you want to lay it fairly flat for storage, you can do that. So you can tell I love this bag. The price is fairly good on this, as I recall, $72. And I just think it's great. I'm gonna put the bottom back in it so that it stands up, because I envision it standing next to somebody's chair at stitch night and being wide open and having lots of room to store things. So I can give you measurements, by the way. I should do that. It is 16 wide, 13 high, with 8-inch gusset. So it is a nice size bag. And yeah, it was a surprise win for sure. So there we go. I think I have covered all my accessories. Are you guys doing okay, Liz? Should I go back to some finishing?
Yeah.
I'll go back to some finishing. Okay. Oh, these are so cute. I have not seen these finished yet. I do not believe. Oh my gosh. These are here for Vicky. She is obviously Wolverine. So Kathy Schenkel does these little sets for a lot of the Big Ten schools. I can't tell you exactly which ones. I know Michigan and Michigan State for sure. I know Ohio State. Notre Dame.
Yeah. I don't know what else.
So the only dilemma is Kathy paints to order. And I think last time I ordered from her, she said 12 to 18 months.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. But Vicky ordered these a while ago, stitched them right up. So she is a big Michigan fan. So first of all, we have M Go Blue. And then
This set came
it
out so
is,
cute. One, okay, we were talking about this. One is the band, like the drum major, and then one is the one who does the like dancing, the flair, the guy that looks like a chef.
okay, well, I was going to start with the football player. Here's the football player.
We were talking about it the other day.
Our finishers put U of M fabric on the back, of course. And then here is the cheerleader. I'm going to do, when we're done, try to hold them all up. Here is
She called him
the
Jim
coach.
Harbaugh.
He was Jim Harbaugh. Oops. Better than Cheryl Moore. Oops. So the coach. And then we have the Wolverine himself. Oh my gosh, holding his football. And then these are two of the members of the marching band. We're not going to identify who does what because we don't know the proper words, but Liz is on the right track. We just, neither one of us had marching band people.
Well, Addie, the only one that, she was in band, but not the marching band, claimed the white hat was the drum major. And
Okay.
the other person was a band member.
Okay, there we
She's the only
go.
one we had for a source.
So, and I don't know, sometimes Lisa watches us. Lisa is our custom painter, and she, one of her nieces, I think, is in the marching band at Central, I think.
Cool.
I'm
That's
really
awesome.
digging deep. So anyways, I'm doing my best to hold all of these, but I just don't think I'm going to be able
But
to
it
do
is
it.
such a beautiful set. It's
So cute.
get mine too.
They're little, and like I said, it'll be 12 to 18 months before you would get them. So if you are interested, just know this is a very much a future project. But we can order them for you. And yeah, so they also even do, I think, a little stadium. There might even be more parts to it. So
Thank you. Are correct.
Kathy Schenkel. So it's Kathy with a K, Schenchenkel. You can hop onto her website, and if you look for, like, I think it's the college section.
She has a whole section, I think.
So you'll be able to see what school she has. So sorry about that. If you want to keep life simple and just stitch the U of M Union, here you go. I know our friend Donna is currently stitching this for her son, who is going to be attending grandson, excuse me, you are correct, who will be attending Ross in the fall, which is going to be around the corner. Okay, next up for our friend Deb, this is from A Stitch in Time. 13 mesh hats. We had a bunch of these at one point. So cute. Her turkey work is fantastic. It's been finished open with Dupioni silk on the back. How pretty is that? Her turkey work is so good.
I love it.
And then from Raymond Crawford, this Darling Belle. Love, love,
Fabric
love.
Is, I don't
So
know why.
good.
I love the bell, but like that fabric with it is.
Well, and it's so funny because I always say solid fabrics only, please, because I'm afraid of like pattern fabrics. But then I see something with a pattern fabric that's this good, and I'm like, what's wrong with me?
This is a great example of finisher's choice. Like
I
our finishers
know.
have such great taste.
should
I
just
know I'm
let them
biased.
go. I should just let them go.
I will die on that hill.
Okay. Okay, I have a few self-finishing things. Oh, let me talk about one other thing. Speaking of Christmas things. Slide this out towards Emily. Our Canvas Works Christmas in July is still here in the building. It's perfect that we're talking about it today because this is the Royal Stewart plaid. And Liz said, don't you know something about Stewart? I go, no, Stewart is Emily. Emily's maiden name is Stewart. So she's got some English background. And so we have, of course, all the letters that we've talked about. So Kelly just pulled a few for me. So I think we have others in the building. These are all on the website, so feel free to check them out. Do you remember the pricing, Liz?
I want to say they're like 53.
They're
So very
I mean,
affordable
it's-
for this much work.
It throws me over my edge, the pricing. Like,
Well, and I think that's a special pricing we have for
it
this
is.
event.
It's just such a deal.
So, and we are highly recommending for these that you stash dive because for a lot of the colors you need like one strand. So the canvas is $53, but if we kit up all the threads, it suddenly becomes a very expensive endeavor. But if you've been stitching for more than a day, you probably have most of these colors in your stash. So here is the F, here is the G. I will also give you a little tip if you're trying to save some money. Extend your plaid into the topper and make it just a round. And as soon as you put that topper on there, it becomes a shaped ornament and becomes harder for the finisher and therefore becomes a little bit more expensive for you. That's the S, of course. And here's the K. So I'm gonna have to keep some of these myself if we have all of mine, all of my kids' names still.
keep thinking I need to make my mom one because she's a Kirkland.
They're so good. I mean, they're
Scottish.
just so beautiful. So if the initials aren't your thing, this one looks a little Mackenzie Childish to me with that black and white check. So it's got the Royal Stewart and then Mackenzie Child colors in the middle. So we've got a couple of these left. We also have the Royal Stewart insert left, so you could put this in acrylic clutch. You could make it into a zippered pouch. Again, it's a really great stash buster. And then for those of you that like games like me, you could make the Royal Stewart game board, which would be great for chess or checkers. I think that our local guy could make a gorgeous acrylic table for you. Would be so fantastic. So really, really pretty. So this is also in the building at special pricing as well. So those are all on our website if you are interested. And that's still here through August. I didn't write that part down. I think, oh no, I did. Here it is. August 9th. August 9th. Kelly took care of me. So here through August 9th. So we'll be wrapping it up soon. We can reorder some of the letters that are sold out, but I don't know how quickly they will come. They're pretty good about sending them quickly, but they send us, I think, 4 of each letter. So we still have a decent inventory left. Okay, self-finishing items. We received more of our woven pieces from Planet Earth. This has a 4-inch round opening. The total size is 8 by 6, but its opening is almost 7 inches. So last week we showed some things, some beaded pouches, and a lot of the Mahjong people were saying, is that big enough to hold your Mahjong cards? And sadly I said no, but guess what? This is. So with this 4-inch opening, you could stitch up Rack and Roll, or we have Maj Mayhem, Tiles and Smiles, Rack and Roll, and what's the 4th one? Dot Crack Bam?
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dot Crack Bam. And we have them in 2 different colorways. So you could stitch that up for this, and this could hold your Mahjong cards. So, I know, your people that don't play Mahjong are like, shut up about the Mahjong already. So, we've got you covered, don't worry. Emily pulled this darling piece. It is personalizable, whatever I'm trying to say. Is that the right word?
Personalize it.
You can personalize it. There we go. So this cute little wreath, and you could put an initial in the middle from your essentials book or the back of one of your needle pointing in your nest books. So that is the black woven clutch. It is also available in navy. So, you know, you could make it for your Mahjong portfolio in any one of them. Or you could just make it for a little pouch to carry around your iPhone, your glasses, your lipstick. All those things should fit in here. 4-inch opening, this darling dragonfly I absolutely love. There's enough open space for a really interesting stitch. Really, really pretty. You could also, if you wanted to get adventurous, maybe not for this, but do some stump work on this butterfly. I just reordered our A to Z of stump work book if you don't own that. So you could do stump work wings and body and make that really fantastic. You also might want to stick it in your purse in maybe this pink version. This has a 6x3 opening. And then you might just want to put some random stuff in there. And you could just easily change these stripes to this pink and keep the letters in blue. And this little pouch could hold your random stuff. For those of you that aren't paying attention, this doesn't say stuff, but you hear me say I don't want preschoolers to learn 4-letter words from me that start with SH. So there we go. But that is one of my favorite words, I'm not gonna lie. And then it also comes in the swell blue color. So pretty, with a 6x3 opening. And this canvas, I can't remember who this is from. It is a little bit larger, but you could use your 6x3 template that you have. I'm sure most of you own the square and rectangle templates. 6x3 to outline this, and the blues are so pretty with that. So those woven cases have been restocked. They had them a few summers ago. I know it was a few summers ago because we haven't had them in this building until recently. So a couple summers ago, they all sold out, and I didn't think they were going to remake them, and I was really glad to see they did because I think they're very, very pretty. I think they're $80.
They are, I love it. I count
Thank you. Okay, I'm not reading the comments, Liz. I'm being a good girl. Then also got a restock from our painting service from Melissa Loves Needlepoint. So you'll see more things along these lines. But this is the lemon 2x3, which would be fantastic in the pop-in pouch. It also would work in a luggage tag. It would also work in any of the little wallets. So it's a 2x3 insert, room enough to put an initial on here from, again, any one of your initial sources. And the 2x3 fits into this navy blue pop-in pouch. So that would be a great combination. And then Happy Pills has been restocked. This has been out of stock since market. And so we've got, of course, the pink bag. Very easy though, if you're not a pink girl, you could change those stripes to blue and put it in the blue pop-in pouch. And then when you go pack up, like I take all sorts of vitamins, etc. Liz is always laughing whenever we travel together. She's like, okay, for someone who's so healthy, you take a lot of crap. But I do have a lot of allergy pills and a lot of vitamins because I'm trying to stay healthy. So there we go. So I think that's it in self-finishing. I still have more finishing, but let's talk about the canvases that rolled in the door this week. As you all know, canvas acquisition is, anything in the needlepoint world is hard to come by these days. So I have been digging into some of my vendors' websites and ordering some oldies but goodies. So Sandra Gilmore, yes, makes this fantastic bubbles canvas, 6.5 inch round. Thought it was so cute, and it is designed to be like turned sideways, but you could stitch it so it stands upright. Totally choice is yours how you have it finished. But 18 mesh and really, really fun. For the Pop-Tart fans, I have a good friend. I think I always laugh and smile when I see Pop-Tarts because one of my good friends, when she was pregnant, she said everything made her sick. She lived on Diet Coke and, yes, strawberry Pop-Tarts when she was pregnant with her son Matthew. By the way, Matthew has a very good job and he's about 6'6". So it didn't stunt his growth, that's for sure. Speaking of things for kids, here is this darling teddy bear from August Design Works. This is on 13 mesh. Be a great beginner project, maybe for someone who's a new mom. You've got room to maybe put an initial on the front of the overalls would be cute, and he's darling. This is one of the fantastic bookmarks, but this is from Patricia Stone. I'm used to seeing these from the Curious Cowgirl, and I kind of forgot that Patricia did these. So as you can see, it's a bookmark. The bookmark itself goes on the top, and then there's 2 ribbons included with it, and this of course is maybe for your Bible, if you are someone who's in Bible study, would be really pretty, or maybe for a friend who wants a lovely bookmark for their Bible. So there we go. And then a couple things from Kate the Great. I'll be honest, I think either Kaylee or Megan went into this booth. I only understand 2 out of 3 of these canvases. That's what happens when you're 58, or now I'm 59, and you send your youngins into the booth. So we have the passport windows. They do fit in the passport covers, right, Emily?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Oh, I should have brought you some. Here,
That's okay. If you find one fast. So there's 2 passport ones. I'll show you those in a second. And then this cute little canvas that says Thirsty. I'm not sure where you're using this Thirsty. It is too wide to be in a 2x3. It's 3.5, but my young shoppers were all about it, so I'm sure there's a good story. So 3.5, and it says Thirsty. And then if you want to do these airport windows as, sorry, I'm matching up in my brain. Here, we'll do this for Paris.
Okay.
Passport cover. This is the Rachel Berry one. It has pockets for your ID, etc. in here. Your passport's going to get popped in there. You've got room to put cash there. And then these Kate the Great window covers will fit right in here. The very edge of the windows will disappear under the edges, but that's fine because it's the window. And here's to, if you're a France girl or a guy, the red I thought would fit in wonderfully. And then There's also a New York window, and I thought that would look really handsome in this caramel colored one. And there we go. So that's the New York view from your airplane window. So could be done as an ornament or a passport cover. So thank you. Ann Fisher, this is, always loved her medallion print. This makes into a beautiful clutch. I would probably do this as a zippered pouch on top. You could do it with ultra suede on the back or leather on the back, chain or no chain. 13 mesh, the colors are fantastic. And so this is back in the building. We haven't had that in a while. I did try to order a bunch of the Labors of Love birds. This one is the, I was gonna say, I think it's a chickadee, but I got cut off. So you're gonna be like, if you haven't seen this before, you're like, what in the heck is this thing? So this is the clip. These are finished as two-sided birds, and then they clip onto like a tree, on a Christmas tree, on a branch. And then they have all these fantastic tail feathers. So I tried to order a bunch of these. The chickadee was one of the few that was in stock. So here he is. And then from our friend Ashley, yes, at Solar Daughters?
Yep.
Okay, all of a sudden I'm like, Ashley or Amanda?
No,
I
Ashley.
file everything alphabetically in my brain. So the Olipop, we have the orange squeeze and the classic grape. These are 18 mesh. Sorry, you got
That's
it?
okay, yeah.
So both of these are available. This is from one of the, what is her name? I have to cheat and look. Joy Juarez from Fleur. You guys know I love a good bunny. So this is a round. It would be so good as a little tiny round pillow, or even framed. I would love to see it framed. 6-inch round bunny from Joy Juarez. This little darling goose with their pink hat, ready to go, ready to party on. And of course, I'd probably do a pale blue background. So little darling goose. From my friend Ann Wheat Pace. She does all these beautiful outliney things. And I know that sounds really like fuzzy, because I think it's supposed to be fuzzy. These are magnolias, so you can see up close. And so you can personalize this and customize it with anything you want in the middle. Like you can put, hey y'all, in the middle. Our custom painter can help you if you don't want to do your lettering yourself. It could also be a ring bearer pillow, birth announcement, lots and lots of things you can do with this. It is on 18 mesh. The overall size, I think, is 6 by 8. Yeah, 6 by 8. So you've got about 5 by 3 in the center without interruption to personalize it with what you would like. And then restocks, as I said, from my painting service. So Tiles and Smiles has been out of the building. It is back in stock. Here's my stitched version. As I said, Amy has designed these. There's 4 different sayings in 2 different colorways. So my thought at some point is to stitch all 4 and put them on like a boxwood wreath. But haven't quite gotten there yet. Liz, last Spooktacular did Amy's Halloween icons. Here's her finished version. We have a fantastic stitch guide by Liz. She really knocked this up and over the top. So that is back and in the building. That had been out of stock for quite a while. And then this was a new market release that was in and out in 5 seconds. So the pumpkin on gingham. This also comes in blue, but the blue is still out of stock. I don't know when I'll see the blue again, but the green is back in the building. The Rocket Pop, I know I had this on order for a couple of you. This is the Rocket Pop round. If you're still in the mood to stitch something patriotic for our 250th semi-quincentennial year. This is one of my faves, this double-sided scissor case. So cute. I am a big fan of scissor cases. I have my grandmother's scissor case. At some point I should stitch a scissor case so that one of my daughters, because both my daughters stitch, one of them could have my grandmother's and one of them could have one that I stitched. So that is the lemon scissor case. It is double-sided, but again, I always say you could stitch one for you and one for a friend and just put fabric on the back. If you want to do a key fob or a bookmark, the gingham Lemon bookmark is back and in the building. And then this is really exciting. Amy had a bear, one of her bear loveys. So we have the duck lovey in the building. We've had the rabbit lovey. It's out of stock right now. There was a bear lovey. Unfortunately, the bear lovey, it ended up that we realized that there was another designer that did something super similarly. So we retired our original bear lovey, and it actually is the best thing that ever happened because Amy redesigned it and it's even better. Look at how cute this is. 13 mesh. I mean, I just want to like snuggle up with that bear right now. Amy is such a talented designer. She is, by the way, was sending me pictures of things she's working on for the next market, and I'm so excited. This is 10 by 10, and it comes in blue and white, and it also comes in pink and white. So this is kind of an early market release for fall, just because it was a revamp of something she had already done. And I just think it couldn't be any cuter. So if you want to do something in general neutral, the pink would be very easy to cover the color on in green or dark green or mint green. I think you probably even cover it in yellow. Choice would be yours. So those are brand new. So let me move my drinks over this away, and then you'll be able to get the things in.
Thank you.
We also restocked the green geode. I believe currently I have the geode fob in all 5 colors. It comes in green, red, orange, navy, and a blue and teal version. And they all come in 18 mesh, which is more appropriate for a cuff bracelet. And it also comes in 13 mesh, which comes with an alphabet chart that you can personalize and put your initials on it. So I think all the colors and both mesh sizes are available all the way around. Okay, from KCN we restocked a number of Stitched Angels. So here is the white angel with the green gift. Here is the Hula Girl angel. So cute. These of course are all 13 mesh. Here's the Rosebud angel. Here is the pink dress angel. Here is, I promised myself I wouldn't talk about Mahjong anymore, but this happens to be the Mahjong angel. Here is the Canvas Queen. Should go this way, my blind eye is always hard for me to see around. And here is Mr. Claus. I don't know if we have Mrs. Claus in the building. We might have Mrs. Claus in the building. If not, Mrs. Claus can be ordered. Meg Francis, we got a couple of her bag tags restocked. There we go. We have the little Birkenstock, and you can use your bag tag templates to fit this into any sizes, circle, square, diamond, see what fits, heart maybe even, see what works. The beach ball, the turkey, red wine, white wine, and then from Atlantic Blue we got restocked some of the birth flowers. I think these are so beautiful. I usually try to look up what the flower is, but maybe I'm just going to say June, although this is rose. That even I can tell, since I'm not a gardener. I don't know my my flowers, but that's a rose. This is December, so those are holly and something else. Colleen's coming to help me. She's like, I heard you say flowers. I know you'll need help. This is the December birth flower. This is the what did you say, Liz? Narcissus. Okay, and November.
And something else. Sorry, narcissus.
November birth flower.
Oh, that I know. Carnation.
Okay, Liz is saying carnation. We know for sure it's November. Take anything else with a grain of salt. I think these are pansies. This is September. But I don't know. Again, it's September for sure.
I think it's an
Aster, Colleen's saying. Who knows?
and maybe pansies.
And then this one's very pretty. This is April, and it is beautiful. So you can do that, stitch them as birth flowers. You can just pick the ones you like. No one's gonna know. Right now it says April down here. By the time it's finished, nobody else is gonna know but you. So Bookmark canvases. Do we have any of the bookmarks over there? Is that what you're going for, Em?
No, but I put on,
Huh.
I don't know.
I can't keep up these days. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have, we can get a finished bookmark for you for this. This is of course the Twilight one, yes?
Yes.
Yes. And it can be a bookmark all on its own, or it can fit into the Planet Earth leather self-finishing pieces. So I would have to order the self-finishing piece for you. So apologies that I haven't quite gotten my act together. From my friend Patty Mann. This is the coffee shop around. So many fun details. I think it's a 4.5 inch round. I'm just going to double check that for you guys. 4.5 inch round on 18 mesh. Again, not a coffee drinker, but I recognize that there's a lot of coffee love out there. This skating bunny, I mean, come on, he's so cute. I can't stand it. 13 mesh. There are little guidelines on here. If you choose to use their guidelines, it ends up being 3.5 by 4.5. But honestly, you can make it almost any size or shape within that canvas constraint. The cute little bear that we've had before from With Love by Bug. He is so cute. He could be a bag tag. He could be an ornament. You can easily change it to different colors if you're not a pink person, but this is the pink Love Teddy. And then if you are a golf player, here is the Masters Teddy. I can't think I'm not technically allowed to call him that, so let's hope they don't catch me.
Golf.
He's a golf Teddy, so he's wearing his green in honor of golf. Oh, who speaks French? I was asking this yesterday. Après?
It means after.
After C?
Yes.
Okay. So there we go. 13 mesh, really pretty design from Arden Gray. 13 mesh, 5 3/4 by 5 5/8, something like that. Just under 6 by 6. You can easily make it into a 6 by 6. So this was a market favorite of mine. Kaylee is obsessed by raccoons. I don't really like raccoons, but I love this. He is so darling with his little paws hanging over that wreath. I believe this is a 3.5 inch round. And Susan Roberts, just amazing. Yeah, 3.5 inch round. So there's the little 3.5 inch round raccoon. Also restocked from Susan Roberts is the pink cherry house. And these make up into 3D houses, as you all are probably well aware. So this outlined base is a great place to maybe try one of those birthday plaids that you might check out from the Joy of Needlepoint. 3 by 2.5. So it ends up being a 3 by 2.5 base house, and then the house ends up being 3.5 inches tall. So they are so cute. They look great hanging on a tree. They look great underneath a tree, or maybe as in front of every place setting at a Christmas table. To do a bunch of different Christmas ones would be so fun. But it's got your gingerbread door and cherries. Cute, cute, cute. And then we also have the peppermint stick or watermelon stick roof. So I think this is the watermelon house, but look at how the roof are like peppermint sticks. But it's like those candy, those old candy places that had all the different flavors of sticks. So it's a watermelon stick, watermelon house. This we've been waiting to restock forever, and I'm obsessed by this piece. This is the blue 12 round. We peddled this at one of our large spring retreats 2 or 3 retreats ago, and Chrissy Johnson was very sweet and allowed us use of a large monogram of hers, so we can include that page with you. We just have to find it and print it. It's just, yeah, I said monogram. I was incorrect. An initial. So most people are doing like a large initial in Kelly green or bright pink or something that really popped off of here. You can also do it in a metallic, but it is just a beautifully done 12 piece from the Salty Stitcher. And then from Valerie Needlepoint Gallery, a lot of her little totes are back and in the building. So these get finished up 3D like this with the ribbons, etc. So sometimes people use ribbons. In Anne's case, she added little ropes with these beads. Either way, it can be done. So sweet. So the hedgehog has been restocked. The crab. The Tiffany box. I have 3 of these hanging on my tree for my kids, and I used to always put their Christmas checks in them, and they'd have to go and find them. The candy cane. Aw, the champagne toast. Breast cancer awareness. And of course, the rainbow. This is one of my favorite patriotic pieces. This is from B&G. She calls it her patriotic popsicles. And you guys know I'm a huge ice cream fan. Unfortunately for me, I don't eat it very often anymore. But I think this is really, really great. So this is 18 mesh. There's enough open space for a really fast background. And it ends up being 10 by 10. So if you happen to have one of our self-finishing tables, it would be a fantastic summer piece in your self-finishing table. I think a bunch of beads on the ice creams would be fantastic. If you are not an 18 mesh stitcher, would rather stitch something patriotic that is 13 mesh. Here's the USA round. This would be fantastic as the center of a large wreath or a round pillow. It is 10 inches around. You could also easily make it into a 10-inch square and extend the navy and extend the stripes. So that's 13 mesh. Speaking of large, round, fantastic things, we have had this turkey before as an ornament, and it is available also as a 13 mesh pillow, and it is so beautiful. This is from Kate Woodward. No, Kate Woodward, sorry. There's Debbie Woodward and Kate Woodward, so I have to get it straight. 10 inches as well, 13 mesh, and he's so handsome. So handsome. So that is the pillow version of the transfer wear turkey. The tumbling pumpkins from Amelia via the Gingham Stitchery. Lauren Block, so pretty. This is in honor of our 250th, of course. It says 1776 to 2026 on the bottom. This bell, absolutely gorgeous design. So this just arrived from Lauren Block. Also from Lauren, her, what does she call this? The Christmas, no, I have to say it right, Christmas tree. Christmas tree. So there we go. So cute. So this would be a darling little stand-up. You could also square it off and frame it. And for the dog lovers out there, this is really fantastic. Our friend Christine at who's distributed through Chris Lewis. Hello, Angie. Hi. This is her Christmas tree piece, which I adore. It is fantastic all by itself, but then when you add with it the stitch guide, let me try to show this to you without trashing the canvas. Her stitches are fantastic. Christine is an outstanding stitcher, and I think that's why she's such a good designer. And this canvas and stitch guide are available. Let's see, I can't do math in my head. $213 for both pieces. And this is, let's see how many pages, 14 pages with very detailed pictures, detailed guidance. And it's one that I would love to put in my stash at some point. I think it is fantastic. From KCN, this I should have showed earlier. I don't know how this got out of order. This could be a clutch, this could be a pillow, this classic bamboo work on the edge, and of course it says, it's a long story, which I think is really great. The colors are fantastic. From Whip Stitch, Mary Bookmas has been restocked, one of my favorites. From Atlantic Blue, these of course also got out of order. Well, here's more Whip Stitch. Let me finish with the Whip Stitch. We restocked much of the Nutcracker Club. I think we're still missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing 3 pieces, so I'll show you what we have. You can't stitch them all at once, so we have of course the Nutcracker himself back in the building, so it's canvas and stitch guide for $114, very detailed colored stitch guide. This is Waltz of the Flowers, canvas and stitch guide. This is the Russian dancer. This is the Chinese dancer. I think these are so fantastic. Emily has stitched all of these. I don't know if other floss sets have these. I am so tempted by these. I have a lot of, another Nutcracker set, so I have no business diving into this one until I stitch my other one, but sometimes that doesn't always stop me. This is the Arabian dancer. And this is Clara with the stitch guide as well. So, like I said, there's a few other pieces. The Rat King, what else are we missing? I don't know, we can figure that out for you. So that's what we have. And then from Atlantic Blue, we also had a couple other pieces that I missed showing you. This is the Skies from Above. I would guess that's supposed to be Disneyland. What do you guys think? A little insert. Let me tell you the measurement of it. Lots of detail on it. 2 by 3 1/4. So of course to look like a Polaroid. So a nice little remembrance of a trip maybe to Disney. And then from Stitches by Midge. Midge is a customer of ours as well. It's a 5-inch round, farming around. Look at all those cute little farm animals. So darling, love it. Okay, so that's it for canvases this week, but I do have more finishing, so let's talk about that. This piece is here for Margaret. She has stitched up Bat Stitch Crazy and knocked it out of the park. Oh my word. Okay, I should show you guys the canvas first. So this is a great design. This is from Amy Poor. Bat Stitch Crazy, really pretty, right? But look what Margaret has done with it. I'm going to try to hold them together. She's added a trellis stitch in there. She's added darning stitch bats and then stitched up the letters. So look what she's done with the background. And then you see that glow. That's because my finishers have added like a silk lame fabric behind the open stitching. So any of you who think, oh, I don't like open stitching, like check this out because it is fantastic. Margaret is a very, very talented stitcher. And wow, just wow. That's what I've got to say about that. Oops. Next up in my bag of tricks over here, oh, this is so pretty too. This is here for Sherry, another one of our Dallas stitchers. We have a couple things in here for Sherry. One piece I can't get for you, but I will show it off to you because our custom painter also happens to be Lisa of My Pink Sugar Life, and this is one of her pieces, I am sure. And that's here for Sherry. So I can't order that for you, but check out My Pink Sugar Life on Instagram and you'll be in good shape. And then also for Sherry is this gorgeous cross. And I'm going to see.
St. Francis.
Thank you. Do you know who the designer is? That's what I was wondering.
I know. Just know he's the patron saint of the animals.
So here is St. Francis, absolutely gorgeous. I can find out from Sherry who the designer is. He's the patron saint of animals, correct? Did I say that right? And my finishers have put it on this wood base, these little black feet. Are they black? Yeah, I think they're black. And it is absolutely gorgeous. So Sherry is an outstanding stitcher. Look at his robe. Oh, so pretty, Sherry. So, so good. So I don't have that piece here for you, but I can probably find out from Sherry who the designer is if you would like us to order that. Let me just pack everything back up so everything gets to her properly. I do have some other smaller crosses in the building. We were talking about Ann Wheat Paste earlier, and this is the orange and pink floral cross. These are much smaller than that. The piece that Sherry stitched is about 10 inches tall. These are about 6 inches tall, but could be finished very similarly. So there is the pink and orange cross. Here is the red and green medallion cross. Here is the stained glass cross. I'm kind of making up these names as I go. I have no idea what they're called on our website. And here is the purple and brown cross. So they're all very pretty and much smaller than the one Sherry stitched, but very beautiful. Okay, next up is, oh, also for Margaret, eye candy piece. This is from Eye Candy. Ada does a piece very similar to these for every major holiday. So this, of course, is the Thanksgiving holiday. And I believe Margaret used Kelly's Stitch Guide. Can't 100% say that or not, but I believe she did. We don't have the Thanksgiving one in the building, but we do have the darling Easter one in the building. I mean, come on, 2 cute little bunnies, of course. But I love these. There's one for like almost every holiday. Christmas, 4th of July, Thanksgiving. I think there's a St. Patrick's Day one. I'm saying that with a question mark. But they each have these little squares, so they're just very doable because you can sit down and just do like one little square in an afternoon and you feel like you've made a huge sense of accomplishment, and then you have this fabulous piece to show for it when you're all done. So that is here for Margaret. Oh, pretty. I've got a couple nutcrackers. This one is here for Catherine. Catherine has been to visit us. This one is from Susan Roberts, and her turkey work is also fantastic. She has done, oh, what's this called when it's black and white?
Oh,
What's
I
that word?
forget.
Snow leopard? I don't know.
No.
I forget.
Shoot.
Somebody will remember.
It'll percolate for me. There's a special word where it's the black and white,
Type of mink, isn't it?
yeah, ermine.
Ermine, yeah,
Ermine, I got it.
Yeah.
It took a long while to
You mean
percolate.
the animal's pelt, that's
Yeah.
what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, it's just called
Like the
ermine.
pattern of the pelt.
So he is fantastic, and again, this is here for Catherine, and she has stitched him up beautifully and finished beautifully. Yep, Nancy is confirming that I am correct. She probably got it faster than I did, but she then had to type it. So that's here for Catherine, and then this, oh my gosh, this nutcracker is here for, oh, so good. Sabrina, not our Sabrina, but Sabrina, who's local to us. This is another one of the Susan Roberts nutcrackers. This one is 13 mesh. Her background stitch and colors are so good. And that's not a complicated stitch. It's just adds so much to this piece. Oh my gosh, so fantastic. So that is here. And I've got a couple nutcrackers in the building. This is one of the smaller ones. The colors are fantastic. He is called the Blue Guard Nutcracker, and he's the smaller version, like the first one I showed you all. And then this larger one is actually from the Meredith collection, and Liz picked a bunch of these out when we were at market. He might be one of, oh, guess we have one other big one left. We have a purple and a turquoise one left, and they're fantastic. So good. So this would be a little more similar. It's even a little bigger than the one I showed you last. But 18 mesh because there's a lot of detail to it. And Emily grabbed, I don't want that to fall over. Emily grabbed me the purple one as well.
He's got the Mackenzie Child chip
So cute.
and a tree.
And honestly, I love everything about this. I'm not a purple person. You could easily change this to like a deep blue or even a royal blue if you're not a purple person, because everything about him is so good. Okay, and then one last piece of finishing here for Julie. Julie is local to us. She has stitched up the little lion's beanie that I stitched for my son. And she has done the turkey work in the multiple colors by putting gray and blue and white all in the same needle of Bellaluso and doing your turkey work and cutting it. So good. So that is here for Julie. We usually have a lot of Lions gear around this place. I don't have that beanie right now. We can order that beanie, but I do have the Lions logo round if you are a Detroit Lions fan. We have the Janice Holden football piece, which just happens to be in Lions colors. You might want to lighten up this dark blue a little bit. The Scooter Bear, Lions Bear. And last but not least, from Whip Stitch, This is supposed to be for the Nittany Lions, but we're pretending it's for the Detroit Lions around here, so the Lions. Cheap. Okay, I think I did it. We, of course, always do our audit right after the video, so give us about an hour and a half, so wait until maybe 12:30 or 1 to give us a call, because then Liz and Ann sit down and they go through all of your comments and make sure that we've covered everything and we've done it accurately. They might send you a message to say, hey, we're not sure what this means, so if you can watch your Instagram DMs to answer any questions for us. If you are new to us and we need your payment information, the best thing in the world is for us to have your credit card on file. And by on file, I mean on a little old-fashioned Rolodex. The bad guys on the internet can't get to it. Poor Karen had a bad guys on the internet experience this week personally. We're always trying to protect all of our people from that. So give us a call after 1 o'clock with your payment information, and then going forward we can process things so much faster for you, and then we don't have to send you an invoice. You don't potentially miss the invoice, then the invoice doesn't get paid, and then you miss out on your item, and then you're sad, and then we're reordering and all the things. So hopefully that all makes sense. Thank you for spending time with us. I know your time is valuable and we appreciate it, and we will chat soon. Bye.